Good morning, everyone. I am Devi Priya, Associate Professor, Department of CSC, Lakreddy Balreddy College of Engineering, affiliated to JNTUK. Today, I would like to share the concept of how to access private members in the Java. In earlier class, I have shared what are the different access specifiers in Java, how to control the visibility and scope of the different variables, properties, classes, methods, constructors, etc. And today, how we can access the members of the private class, because the members of private access specifier. If any member is declared with the private access modifier, it can't be accessed from our other class. Then what is the use? How I can access that? Okay. We can, whenever you have declared any variable member with the private, you can access those members from the other members of the same class. So, suppose you have declared an x as a private variable. How I can use that? Because I can't access that x from the main class because it is a private member. How I can access? Indirectly I can access through the other members. So let us take, it is a class A. I have declared a variable x with a private where I can't use in the main class, but I can use these in the where I can use other members of the same class. So show is the other members of A class only. So the show method which access the x variable. So within the show I can directly use the x because show and as well as x belongs to the A class only. Both are belongs to the A class. So I can private member can be accessed from the other members of the same class. So whenever you are going to the main, so just you may create an object for the A class, but we can't access using an object, we can't access X. But using an object, I can access the show. Because what is the access specifier of show? The access specifier of show is a default. So by using an object, I can object dot from the main class. By using an object, I can access the show method directly. In turn, what the show have? The show will have the x value. So it means direct accessibility is not possible for the private members, but indirectly by using other members of except the private, other members of the same class can be accessible by through the object. So I can use the x here in the show. Indirectly by calling the show method, I can access x value. So what is the advantage? The private members which which supports a concept called encapsulation. Encapsulation will be possible using the private members, hiding of unnecessary data, hiding of some properties which are not required to the others. That properties can be declared with the private. Encapsulation is achieved and also the security will be provided. Whatever the important data, you don't want to give the data directly to the other objects, but indirectly it will be accessible. Then you can declare those members with the private only. So we can see very simple example. Class A, private. Private is a keyword. Private, public is a keyword. So int x equal to 10. It is a default accessible. So you will declare with an access modifier private. And a class demo private. Declare a main method. Main is declared with the public. Have you observed this? It will be declared with an access specifier public. It can be accessed from anywhere. That's why the main method is automatically called from the JVM also. If you are not declaring main as a public, which shows an error, public static void, not accessible from the JVM. Public static void main of string args create an object for the private demo p equal to new private demo p dot what is the next p dot x equal to 10 not possible. Even printing also not possible. System dot out dot println p dot what the error demo private access dot java demo private access dot java private access. Yes. What it is generating error will be generated. Why private variables can't be accessed from the outside of the class? So Java say demo private access. Yes. What is the error? X has a private access in private demo. Then what I need to do? We already studied the private members can be accessed from other members. So you can declare another method in the private demo. Void show. So instead of putting here, no need of object also. Really you want, you may directly print it system dot without object. How I can pass, madam? Yes, it is a current class only, so directly the current class show and x belongs to the private demo. You can directly print. Actually how it will be converted implicitly converted it into converted into this dot x. This means current class object. So the automatically this refers to the current class object will be generated here. This dot x. Now private demo is, so I have accessed x here. Now call the show method p dot show p dot show. Call the show indirectly access private variable x. So I have printed x in the show method of same class and created an object in the main class p dot show. It will go to that, so which prints the x value. Reached end of file, maybe everything. Here I forget to put the place demo to the class. One more brace is added. Yes, Java say demo private access is compiled successfully. Java space demo private access. So either 10 is accessible. Yes, private variable is accessible. I am. So here the important one is data can be accessible but not directly. The private data, yes, the private members are can't access directly, but indirectly it can be accessed by other members of the same class. Just it is a simple example for only variable. Similarly, you may also declare the methods. So here you may also give this dot x. This means current class object, which is also an acceptable. Even compiler automatically converts that. Okay, this indicates the current class. And now suppose if you are declaring not a variable, If you are declaring private, uh, in private of void display. So I am declaring what is that? Private methods. Method with private system dot out dot println. Now I am private display method. What you can do it, you can work with the x value also. It is not a constant. You may change it x equal to x plus 10 before modifying it. Okay. And now it is also a private method. It is also a private method. Shall I access the private method? P dot, what is our method name? Display. P dot display. Is it acceptable? We can check it. No. Again, it is showing the same error. Display has private access. How I can? In my example, I have only one source. I can call through the show. If any other non-private methods like other methods are there, you may call. But here in this example, we have only one option called. What is that? Show method only. So you may call from the show. Before this or after this, I can call like display. Without object, how it will be called, madam? Automatically the compiler will act like this current class object. Even you are not writing this dot display, it will be acceptable. You may check it. Now I am removing this. Yes, I compiled successfully. Before modifying X private, I am private display method. I am private display method. Actually, we didn't print any value here. Okay. After modifying X by private show. You may access the X, you may increment, decrement. Private is not providing any constants. The scope will be limited to that class only. Yes, before modifying X private, then I am private display method. After modifying X by private show, what is the value? 20 will be there. 20 will be there. So in this way, you may create, you may call the single tone constructors are there. You may also declare, you may check it whether the constructors are declared with the private or not. You may, we have whether the classes is declared with the private or not. If not, if yes, how it will be accessible. If no, justify your answers. In this example, we have concentrated on two important things: how to declare a variables with private, how to declare a methods with the private. If it is yes declared, how I can access? I can't access from the other classes, other package, main class, uh, non subclasses of other packages. But then what is the use? You can indirectly, the private members are accessible from other members of the same class. Okay, so indirectly you may call the other members using the objects. So in this way we can access the private members. So extend display, from the show I have called the X also, from the show I have called the display. In the main class I have created an object for this show to access the show. Okay, you may also call the this dot display current class object. Okay, in this way we can access the members of private. We can access the private members. Thank you one and all. If you have any doubts, you may ping the message or put the message in the comment section. Thank you.